Yeah, I hear Gavin.
I'm hearing it too.
I heard myself.
All right, are we okay for sound, guys? Let us know. And yep, we have audio. Great, fantastic.
Wonderful.
One of the cells must not have been working, Matt. All right, so we're back. We also have Sébastien Meunier.
Hello, bonjour.
I
in
like
our
that.
studio. That's how you pronounce
That's
it. Right?
that was highly impressive. That's
I like that nutsack.
That's a soundbite and a half right
24 slices of American
64
cheese.
slices.
64.
Sorry to be that guy.
I stand corrected.
All right, and because we're having some problems, I'm going to introduce Matt the Crypt. He's pushing buttons tonight.
Yay!
Apparently not the right ones.
So lots to get to on the show tonight, guys. We'll have Danger Man calling in just a minute, but before we do that, we just had an event.
Do you think he's at home right now, like getting hyped for this?
He's doing push-ups right now. I know it.
You know what?
Maybe he's out there like warming up his vocal cords. Me.
Wouldn't you if you get to call this show?
Like he's probably in a meat locker right now.
Tenderizing some steaks.
That's right. Running up the hill.
So we're a little feisty because this weekend, guys, we just had a big game at Flagger's Field, and it was Water Wars. And as you can see, this is since you can't follow him on Facebook, you can follow him on Instagram.
That's
Paintball
right.
Z.
Paintball Z.
He's ballsy, and this is their Josh and Gavin's costume before they sweated themselves. Stupid.
Yep.
Josh, your shirt was untucked halfway through the day, and Gavin, your
Burlap sack.
Your burlap sack. He packed everything up in it to go home. He looked like a hobo. Wasn't that a great picture?
Safe to say we both lost about 90% of our costumes by noon.
Yeah. And there's a great picture of Gavin that was taken by Sheldon Carlisi himself. Sheldon Carlos.
Awesome.
Right. I was going Isn't that a great picture?
I was going through the albums that he put out today of photos. Amazing stuff.
And that picture with the smoke and the water coming out, I thought that was
On
brilliant.
the water.
It reminded me like of like for 60 cents a day you can get clean water to this African village. Like
you
my,
can
my
feed a
skinny
hungry
arm.
Gavin.
I was just waiting to hear Sarah McLachlan in the arms of the angel.
That's awesome.
Dig it into your pocket for change because you feel
Where do I
sorry
send my money?
No, let's stop before people stop watching because they feel too guilty.
Too late.
You too, folks, can support a BTB cast member by purchasing your own support package
For 3 easy payments of
Look at
$9.99.
Josh. Josh hasn't eaten in weeks. We need to get him some food.
I think you mean hours.
But Sheldon, appreciate you coming out, sacrificing your body and your equipment for some great photos. So if you are in the Southern Ontario area, and I think he travels as well, hit up Sheldon Carlos for some fantastic photos for your event or your team.
Phenomenal.
Hey, how would you guys like to win some paintball patches? We're going to be giving 3 more lucky winners of this week's episode. We're going to give them one of these behind the bunker patches. We're going to give them one of these. You can X out your favorite cast member on that one. And then mypaintballpatches.com is the one who sponsored. You get one of these as well. All you have to do is hit that like and share button, guys, and we do a draw from that. And speaking of which, we drew 3 names before the show. Dan Ohl, O-H-L, is his name, wins a 3-pack. Kyle Hickey wins a 3-pack, as well as Pamela Ewell wins a 3-pack of patches.
Nice.
Get at me, send me your mailing address, and we will send these out to you. And if you want these as well, all you gotta do is hit that like and share button, and eventually we'll call your name out, because quite honestly, nobody watches this, so your odds are pretty good.
Brian Barlow liked my hobo burlap outfit, and that was my pre-hobo shower outfit. So
Nice. I wonder how many shower beers were had that weekend.
Some.
So here's
I didn't have any shower beers, but I had about 7 in the pool when I got home.
Nice.
how many Gatorade? Was that shower Gatorades? Yeah,
Sean
6.
says he never wins
6.
anything.
I drank 6 Gatorades.
Well, we gave him one. He didn't even have to win it. We gave him one, and he was going to sew it on the crotch hole of his pants. So I don't know if we need to give him any more. I don't know if I'm supposed to say this or not, guys, but if you head on over Air Ups Paintball, on their Facebook page, they said during this week only, there's a special sale for the 2018 Pro Field. So now this is not the Pro Field. This is just the first snap photo that I got off their Facebook page. But if you guys need a Pro Field for next year, buy it now and save.
Yummy.
I don't know what the price is, but if he posted up on his Facebook page, it's got to be good. Tell him Behind the Bunker sent you, and
Either way,
he'll throw in nothing.
You're saving good money on good products. That's
Yes.
rare.
Good
And
American
also,
products.
Is that our logo in the background of that photo, or did you just Photoshop that in?
What are you looking at?
I was looking.
Oh no, that's a banner that he printed to have in his thing there in his warehouse.
Look to the left of that nice banner.
He put that up on the wall, and
K69.
he still has employees. That's impressive.
That's a girl holding a no-lead
See,
marker.
I'm surprised it gets any work done in the factory. I'm sure everybody's just staring at the behind the bunker banner, drooling.
Drooling.
I wouldn't go that far.
Make sure, guys, just a reminder to hit that like and share button.
Like
Greg
and
Hastings
share.
did. You might as well. Same with, let's see, who else do we have? Jimmy.
Jimmy. The Jimmy thinks you're pretty
Jimmy
easy.
is sweet on you.
Oh, I was going there.
Yeah. And then, so make sure you hit that like and share button. You guys will be drawn out. Now, Seb,
Yes.
2017 NXL World Cup. You looking forward to it?
Hey, I'll be there.
Go
What?
sports!
Yeah. I'm playing, actually,
Nice. Good for you.
with my Titman
The
98.
Tauntauns.
Seb and I have enrolled a 10-man team,
Yeah.
but it's just going to be the two of us.
Well, they call us the Chuck Norris of paintball, me and Zuby.
We happen to be Canadians. So
I'm
apparently
Jean-Claude
we're just
Van
gonna
Damme,
win the whole
and
thing.
Zuby is Chuck Norris
Yeah.
with the stretchy jeans.
Yeah. Do you play with the Tauntauns in private still, or?
My lady friend does not want me to comment on that, so I can't. I'm sorry.
Your Tauntauns.
He coaches them.
And then you weren't here last week when we talked about this, but what do you think of the Millennium Series and NXL joining forces?
Not a lot, I guess.
At the request of my counselor, I refuse to answer this question, as the answer might serve to incriminate me.
Really? You have no opinion?
But look at
Well-
that, NXL Paintball Europe.
I think it's great, actually. Anything paintball is great, but hey, that speedball stuff, it's even better.
I got an email from my friends at Paintball Extravaganza.
Extravaganza.
They're doing some big things. Joe, I sent you the email. They're doing some
Yep.
big things for this year. We can't get into what it is, but look forward to a big event this year at
really
Paintball
big
Extravaganza. So head on over and check out pbevents.com. They're even going to be revamping their website in the next little while, so you guys can check that out.
In case anybody is on the fence about going, they actually contacted me last night. They want me to run a panel
Ooh.
with Simon, and it's just going to be me asking questions of Simon for an hour straight.
Uh-huh.
And all the questions are going to be, can you say aluminium? And can you say autococker? And that's all we're going to do for an hour.
Not Jaguar?
I'd pay to see that. I would pay to see that.
There's only 2 seats left out of the 3 that were for sale. So, you want to get in there, get in there.
Yeah. Brent Davis in the chat asked a very surprising question. I think we're all really asking
Oh
that
my
ourselves.
god.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now you have to read it for everybody listening to the audio.
Should have set that in for mail time, Brent.
He's asking if Seb
Mail
actually has a
time.
lady friend.
Mail time.
I think Brent's just disappointed because him and I have been having some late night chats.
Seb,
Yes?
Brian Barno also asked a question. He says, Brent, did you make Seb's lady friend?
Yes. No.
I thought that's the comment you were talking about.
But
No, I
Brian,
didn't see that till I hit refresh.
I'd be more than happy to send you my resume of women if that makes you feel any better.
It's not really challenging your manhood, Seb. You can settle that.
Hey, I'm just
Gonna
saying.
start punching monitors now.
And you can't just send photos and then just say afterwards, I was in the pool.
Yeah.
Hey, I thought we weren't gonna talk about this. I thought it was between us.
Sorry, it happened.
Seriously, Zuby, what the hell?
That was in college when everyone experimented.
Farewell, guys. I'm going on my date.
What those salted cured meats.
Hey, let's get something straight here, guys. I'm usually the one that's derailing the show. Why are you yourselves derailing the show right
I'm
now?
not.
My lady friend can lift
Because
up
we-
my car.
When you're in studio, we can't hang up on you.
Yeah, good point, Zuby. God damn you.
Hey, Matt, come on over to my computer for a second.
No, don't
If
do
you
it.
guys are unaware, if you guys are looking for something cool next time you go to the paintball field, ask for these. These are the Enola Gay paint grenades.
They are
We had an opportunity
awesome.
to play with not one, not two, but a case of them at Super Game.
The
Yeah.
amount of times I scared the snot out of people by throwing the EG40s. Is that what they are? The big ones?
Yeah.
I chuck an EG40, and I'd let it build up smoke for a little bit, and then I chuck 2 of those puppies right in the smoke, scaring the pants off people all day.
But the nice thing is it's not only a paint grenade, but it also has a concussion afterwards, like a loud bang.
Yeah, it
so
makes a kaboom.
it makes a nice kaboom. Something I'm looking forward to see when I go to Cup this year, the new Shocker XLS. Doesn't it look
Shocker.
beautiful in purple? Oh, sorry, let me get rid of this.
Joe, have you seen that?
Oh, look at that.
That's Joe purple.
It's so alien-like.
Look at that. A company finally uses Joe's custom purple
Purple
color
color.
from
That's a
Crayola,
nice color.
and he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, look at that."
But nobody's
awesome.
using my OLED board design yet.
Now,
We told you
this,
Seb it was too
I
big.
blame Billy Wang for that.
this has been floating around the internet, and we've been tagged and shared in this about a dozen times. But in case you guys haven't seen it yet,
Yeah.
Okay, now we're talking. Seriously.
Look at that.
Now that is a marker.
I thought it was wonderful.
That's like FUBAR style.
yeah.
I would normally
What was
appreciate
his name
that.
again? Dean?
Billy D.
The FUBAR actor guy.
Look at that guy. Oh, Billy D. Williams.
No, but like his...
I don't know. I
No.
can't remember.
Wow. Have I stumped the panel?
Tron, Funkin'.
Funkentron,
Are you
man!
talking about that guy that always
The
stands?
FUBAR. The guy...
Standing and walking?
Rory Calhoun?
Snoop Doggy Dog?
Moving
All right,
on.
moving on. So, a
hang
couple
on
of...
Oh, okay, sorry, go ahead.
couple other important, not important, but memes that have been floating around the internet. This one was everywhere today. Tired of the NFL? Switch to NXL.
Hey, that's brilliant. I
Yeah.
approve of this.
Hey, how would you guys like to win one of these behind the bunker patches,
Where are they?
as well as mypaintballpatches.com patch? And we're going to throw in
Patchy
one of
patch.
these silly...
Those are awesome.
Hey,
one
look
of
at that.
these. Here, you know what? We're just going to make it a little bit better. They're going to cover my face. There we go. We'll throw in one of those too. All you got to do is hit that like and share button, guys. Want to thank My Paintball Patches for sending us a, would you call it a bale of patches?
a brick.
A plethora.
A brick, a plethora,
A brick.
a gross. Especially the pictures of us. That they sent us a gross of these.
A whole kit and caboodle.
Dan Knoll said my BTB hoodie showed up today.
Nice.
Boom.
Send pictures or it doesn't
Send a
happen.
picture.
What do you see?
What's Zuby showing
FUBAR
here?
1 and 2.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
But I suggest you pick another sport like knitting. I want to yell in the mic because
Eric Engler suggested a boatload.
Boatload is good.
Very good.
Would that be a canoe?
A boatload's been done.
So thank you to Stodry Emblems and mypaintballpatches.com. Hey, you guys looking to play another big game coming up soon? Fulda Gap, one of the best games in the fall. Make sure you join the NATO side or you will lose. Why? Because Eric Engler is the commander.
it's such a nice picture of Eric too, eh?
It is.
Look at that.
I always like him when he's at the bottom left.
He looks
of
so
the poster.
determined and thoughtful.
Yeah. He's wondering if he shut his mic or his coffee maker off in the morning before he left. Cowboys versus Alien. Here's a new event for you guys, October 7th at Kizzy Field Paintball. And what about this? Revolution is coming on Outdoor Extreme. Do we know anything about Outdoor Extreme?
OXCC. Oh, I really can't talk much about it.
Well, your poster's on there, isn't it? Or your picture's on there,
I
isn't
don't
it?
see it. Where?
Aren't you holding
That's
the green
you.
gun?
I'm holding the chicken.
That's you in the mask in the back.
Yeah. I'll talk about it anyway. The Revolution is coming on OXCC.
Very cool.
October
Something else
28th.
that's coming up that's probably even more important is Saturday, November 4th, Wildlands. MagFed Big Game only.
Look at that beard, Zuby.
Hey,
It's
look at that.
important.
That almost looks like Matt Roberts.
MagFed only game.
Oh yeah, totally.
Does
Yeah,
If you didn't eat so much cake.
yeah. And then you
Leave
know
cake
what?
alone.
While we're
He's got no
talking,
cake in his beard. You know it's not Matt Roberts.
while we're talking about mypaintballpatches.com,
Muffin
guys,
tops.
you think it'd be a good idea to get
Top of
paintball
the
patches
muffin.
for your team or your squad or your bicycle gang, anything like that? Head on over to mypaintballpatches.com and put in BTB 2017 and you'll get 10% off. How's that?
Whoa.
All these 10% offs. What else do we have? If you go to PB Swag and put in BTB, you'll get 10% off. If you go to Inception's Design and put in BTB, you get 10% off. So yeah, head on over to all of these places. And Raza, you put BTB 15 and you get 15% off. So very good. Thank you for those guys. Man, we got lots to get to on the show tonight.
Stop lying.
Can we start?
We do. All right. Well, why don't we get to... I want to get Danger Man on the phone. Let me see if I can get to him. Before we do that, can we get one mail time question while I'm loading him up?
Mail time.
Mail time. Mail time.
Here we go. I don't work without my intro song. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to open up the sack, but I guess not because Todd is calling people right now.
Go ahead. Believe it or not,
All
Lars
right,
isn't at
so the
home.
first question out of the sack comes to us from Jessica Cortez. And Jessica wants to know, what is it like being on a platform?
One sec, Lars.
What is it like being on a platform?
you
get
can hear me.
All right.
We can hear you.
One
We're
sec, Lars.
Yeah.
What is
One
it?
sec.
You know,
Mail time.
Yeah, we're
mail
gonna
time.
start Mail is here. All right, it's
Newman.
Gavin's time to open up a sack. And the first question comes to us from Jessica Cortez. And Jessica wants to know, what is it like being on a platform where you get to talk about paintball and be around paintball every day for your career? And
What?
what do you think would be beneficial
Career.
to grow the sport? If maybe you folks started a series where you, BTB, could travel and just visit paintball fields across the country to do a special feature on your show, like for instance Maui. I'd be down for that.
Episode 1.
That's right, traveling BTB. So, what is it like to be on a platform where we talk about paintball and being involved in the paintball industry?
You know what? That's
Go.
something that I talked about when we first started Behind the Bunker. Something we want to do when we were a little more ambitious, to go to as many local fields as we can to see, you know, not necessarily just big games, but just go out and meet people all over the world. And every time we've gone to any away events, it's been fantastic. I'd love to. The only problem is it just becomes comes down to financial matters. I mean, our sponsors are fantastic, and they keep our lights on and our internet going, and help us out with our equipment and stuff. And if it wasn't for people like Empire and Eclipse and GI and Air Ups, all these guys, we wouldn't be here.
All
but,
these industry
for us
leaders.
for us to leave the studio and go somewhere, it's a massive expense. I
Looks like you
mean,
never leave the studio.
we never leave the studio.
1 second, Lars.
But you know what I mean?
1 second.
But you know what I mean? Like it's
Hooded wonder.
between airfare and private
Hotel?
private chauffeurs to the airport, and the green only M&Ms in the bowls.
Yellow peanuts.
Let's not forget about all the antidepressants and booze for the studio.
Antidepressants.
Isn't that the
yes.
same thing?
It's mainly the writer.
Oh, it is. Yeah, sorry, my mistake.
Oh, what about a tour bus? That's a great idea, but I'm not taking a tour bus to Maui. That's my first stop. So
I tried to
don't-
drive a bus to Maui once. It got pretty wet.
didn't go very far. So why don't
Wow.
we take a quick aside to this, because we do have Danger Man on the phone, and I talked to him briefly
Okay,
today,
Lars.
and he kind of hinted at what he was chatting about. But Lars, can you hear us? Okay.
Loud and clear.
Awesome. So give us some insight to your phone call this week, and I guess you can't really say who you're chatting with, but
You teased it.
Yeah, I'm trying not to give too much detail on this because I assume an NDA or something's going to be coming along at some point. So I'm assuming at this point I should, in some ways, tell everybody as much as I can about it for the excitement without unveiling everything.
Don't blow it.
Oh, you tease. You dirty tease.
So,
So this is what it comes down to. There is a producer who wants to do something huge for paintball. And when I say huge, I mean to the degree that, think the NFL. Paintball players would have team owners.
With knees.
There would be actual fields and everything that goes along with it. That's the size and scope of this.
so
I'm waiting for questions. I'm trying to see
See-
if you guys have something you want to find out specifically. as
so
opposed
he
to
wants
just run off
to.
at the
So he
mouth.
wants to now. So what are you hypothesizing? Are you saying that he wants to do like a league, a series? He wants to do a one-off event. What did he elaborate to you?
He wants to do a season after season. So essentially, his potential clients would be like ABC, NBC, or ESPN, and it would run almost exactly like a football season or a baseball season. And so players, notable players, existing and past, would probably be offered an opportunity to manage and run teams, participate. They would have players try out, of course. And
Is there a
ultimately everybody
format?
be paid. That's
Yeah.
the best part.
I was just going to ask, are we talking about scenario or rec ball or speedball?
Okay, so this is the magic thing. He has already got an arrangement with the likes of First Strike. So this is going to be mag-fed. They're also going to use one specific gun for probably an exclusive 2 or 3 years. And I've talked to him about how this will take a niche side of paintball and elevate it higher than the larger community and and how that's sold to everybody as something we all should get behind is going to be, a task, but may not be that big because overall it would help us all. Rising waters.
Well, we all kind of not complain, but we always say, it's great to get paintball on TV, and then the only thing that's ever on TV is speedball. So, pardon my enthusiasm here, but I think it's great. I mean, putting something on TV that's not necessarily
my enthusiasm.
Well, you know what I mean, like,
and you are presenting as being very enthusiastic.
You're not pardoned.
Well, pardon my enthusiasm, but no, you know what I mean. Like, it's exciting, and like to televise something, you still need to have it on like a
TV.
No, like on a field big enough that you can capture all of the, the angles.
The size of the fields we discussed. We talked about utilizing existing paintball fields out there, and sadly, as much as I talked about that, for him it was never going to happen. What he's seeing is a soccer field size field, which to me was at least the best thing he said. It wasn't the same size as these. No offense to speedball, but I mean, to me, it's just so one-dimensional. It's so hard to make a lot more happen on
I'm
that
not
size
offended.
of the field.
I am.
No, I'm
not.
Well, you should be, but in all seriousness,
I
I
am
think
because
that
I know it's not going to be hyperball.
I think
Seb,
that
believe it.
what he wants to do is brave, and it's broad, and it's big.
Yeah.
He wants to do woods ball. He wants to be able to make these fields rotate. I mean, he's even gone as far as to send me a video of the University of Phoenix moving field. I mean, he's used to buying large lots of land. He is an attorney as well. He's got all the earmarks for this to be for real, but it is a moonshot, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And the biggest part of it all is he needs the entire paintball community to get behind this, just so he can make the investors give this the thumbs up. And once they do, I would assume we're off to the races. So it's truly a moonshot. It's a hit or miss.
That's going to be kind of tricky if you're going to kind of corner yourself on one specific marker and then say we want the support of everybody. Like, how diehard people are about their paintball marker.
I agree. We had this conversation. We talked for almost 3 hours in our first conversation. We have more coming. Now, I'm not the only person in paintball. Todd, he'll be speaking to you soon. And I think he's going to be speaking to anybody who does high-end video production because he has not done the sizzle reel yet. And in my opinion, he needs the likes of people like Josh Gold or people from Paintball Media, etc.
Yeah.
Is it our friend Bob Sacramento, the producer?
Say again?
He can't disclose that.
Is
He
the
can't-
producer?
he can't
Oh,
say
sorry.
names, right.
I was asking, is the producer's name Bob Sacramento? Is a gentleman we've talked to before, and we have quite a few conversations about
Could be his
taking
friend
things
Art Vandelay too.
newer. Yeah,
No, his first name is the All-American name John.
Oh, I was hoping Jackie Chow,
Yeah.
the attorney.
Now,
also,
the other,
it's not.
now the
not
other
Jerry
thing that
Bruckheimer?
the other thing that you had mentioned to me was the chat about only using first strike rounds.
Well, here's the situation. I mean, with First Strike, to me, that makes the game somewhat
Deadly?
interesting on a large field. But I think it makes it hard for everybody else who owns any other paintball gun to share the same excitement initially.
Yeah.
It also worries me the fact that we're going to expose the world, potentially expose the world to this great sport that we love, and it's going to say first strike rounds. The first thing people are going to do is they're going to go out and they're going to look at the price of first strike rounds, and they're going to turn around and run.
Yeah.
I agree. Listen,
I think this person
there's
needs to.
certain things that I could not change, and I
Yeah.
explained to him the beauty of an imperfect flight path of anything other than a first strike ground as well. I mean, there's all the things that I tried to bring to the table, but certain things you don't argue with.
Yeah. I think the unfortunate thing is, you could talk to 100 different people and they're going to give you different ideas of what genre, what style, what format, what field, all that sort of stuff. So, if it sounds like he's just starting out. So I think once he starts talking to people, he may broaden his horizons, or maybe he won't. Maybe he's a visionary and that's it, and that's all it's going to be. But I kind of agree with Zuby. I think you want to make.
I've got a working breakdown of how specific. I mean, I have all specifics in this in terms of what it is, the plan is, and it includes. Be glad to share it with you. I'm assuming, again, I haven't had to sign an NDA, so I don't think this is too much of a secret, but I'm trying to be careful here because, I would like a long-term relationship with this person. I don't want to abuse it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see who he talks to and where he gets, and, putting paintball on TV for me is a big one, but...
He has shared with me that he's reached out to a numerous group, and I can go down that list if you like, including the likes of, Wolf and others. So, I'm not the only one. If they're not being loud about it, then shame on them, because we should all be making some noise about this, because this can only help us.
Yeah.
Even if it gets halfway and it goes bust, it still helps us.
Yeah. Well, right now we really don't. Really, it's not in any sort of direction. You're sort of just telling us that that he's starting. Will you keep us abreast of any sort of if you talk to him again, if
Yeah, absolutely. I
anything
think his
pops
goal
up,
is to probably. I would see him as a guest on your show as well.
Yeah.
And I put it to everybody who's
we could slide
in
him in.
paintball, period, that when this happens, it's our obligation to share this as many times as possible and crank up the views in a short period of time.
Yeah. Yeah, we'd be able to crank out some.
The chat room is just exploding too right now. Everybody wants to talk to this guy. Oh my goodness.
We get a lot of dings tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what she said.
Cool. Well, Lars, keep us posted when you chat with him again, or you have any more insight. Definitely let us know. Do you plan on having another conversation with him, or?
Yeah, we have one. We have one planned very soon. I think we'll probably. He and I might speak 3 times a week over the next few weeks.
That's like 9 times.
He's moving fast and furious. I mean, he's even worked with the NRA on this in terms of getting them behind this to make certain that he is presenting this in a manner in which it's not misinterpreted, so that paintball is not misrepresented as well. That was a big deal for me as well.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. Well, Lars, we're going to let you go. Make sure you guys follow Dangerman XX on the YouTubes. And
his video will debut on my channel. So,
nice.
and I think others as well.
Yeah.
I think he'll probably want you guys to push it as well. So please, by all means, make sure you're subscribed.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. Well, Lars, thank you for calling in, and keep us posted.
You dirty tease you.
See you, pal. Yeah. All right, so we still have some mail time questions. Gavin, should we
answer the first one? Yeah, absolutely.
Do you want to read? Do we need to go back to it?
It's Jessica Cortez. So I know we got interrupted, but that breaking news. So we're going to stand by for Lars and any updates regarding making paintball bigger. But Jessica Cortez had a question about what's it like being on the platform where we get to talk about paintball and just being around paintball every day. So.
Surprisingly, you get tired of it pretty quick. I'm just kidding.
I think coming after a big game weekend, Water Wars, which was really successful, but stupid hot. We get a little burnt out, a little tired. So some days it actually feels like work, like yesterday or this morning getting out of bed. Paintball does feel like work, but I'll speak for myself. I feel incredibly blessed about being here on Behind the Bunker. I get to talk paintball, which I'd be doing anyway on a Monday night with my friends after a weekend of paintball. Yeah. But now I get to include a larger family, a larger group of people to have that conversation with social media like Facebook, although temporarily banned. But yeah, no, I feel incredibly blessed about being in this medium, this platform here, chatting about paintball, and being in the industry, and earning a paycheck, doing something I absolutely love, and it doesn't feel like work. So that's what it feels like for me. Anybody else?
Yeah. Joe, what about you? Paintball.
Well, I've been running flag raiders since 1983, so it's really, I've seen the evolution of paintball from when it, really in its infancy, when it started just after, I got flag raiders just after, oil base was sort of on the way out, and water washable paintballs were coming in. And I spent some time on Saturday. There were some speedballers just finishing their practice, and I sort of, went through the whole evolution. Here's some guys standing there listening to me, and I'm talking about, safety glasses and, the evolution of Woodstock masks and JT whippersnappers. And they were really quite interested when I was talking about it. I wasn't just a grumpy guy telling them to pick up their garbage and put their barrel socks on. So we had a really great conversation on Saturday sort of about the evolution. And I think, they appreciated me taking, that time. So it's nice, to be able to share paintball with people. It's it is a job, but it is part of our life. And all my friends are paintball related. I have my wife at paintball. My friends have met their wives at paintball. Like paintball's done a lot, not only for us, but we've done a lot for paintball.
Think about you as a grown-up in your job. Can you imagine, for example, Joe, Gavin, myself, like any of the guys that are working out of the field, you can go up to most any customer that you have at any point in time, say, how's your day? And because they're playing paintball, it's phenomenal. Awesome day. Having a great day. Having a blast. having that positive feedback all the time is awesome. I mean, how many of you guys work grown-up jobs that are, sometimes you got to, sometimes you're dealing with shit and bad customers and people with attitudes, and you'd like to throat punch people to quote Sean, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We're pretty lucky,
There's something to be said about going to work at a place where people intentionally go to have fun. When you go to the paintball field, everybody shows up at the beginning of the day with the idea that they're going to have a great day and a great fun. And you can influence that every time you're out at the field. That person's day can be made or broken by something you do or don't do. Yep. Right? So it's great to be able to go where people go to relax and go to have fun. They don't have to be there. They don't, they're not told they have to go. So in order to be there for them on their weekend off, where they're going to have fun, and just knowing I can make it that much more interesting, that
more
much
gooder,
more fun,
more gooder,
yeah, more gooder, even more amazeballs. That that
hashtag more gooder, hashtag amazeballs.
Yeah, that to me just says like, here we can take this job, and it's so rewarding to be able to do that, to help people out, have more fun. It's a great feeling.
Sean got a job to get away from paintball.
He did actually, didn't he? He did.
Yeah. All right. Next question comes from John.
But the field looks
Jones.
amazing, Sean.
It does. Thank you, sir. Next question comes from John Jones with the eminent introduction of the GMAC from Planet Clips. Is there a real boom in the mechanical marker?
Well, speaking from Seb, in NXL, the mechanical division seem to be thriving right now. That'll be interesting to see how many people in.
We caught Seb mid-yawn.
Yeah.
Riveting show. Riveting.
No kidding. But that's
he's also grinding his
up.
teeth because no mechanical marker has an OLED board.
Yeah.
Thank you, Zuby, for bringing this very important point.
That could be something maybe Simon does at Inception. He's just come out with a mechanical marker with an OLED board in the grip that just says, "You're doing great, Seb." Keep doing great.
Francis,
keep up the good work, Seb.
Francis in the live chat says, one day you guys should make a video or podcast dedicated to the history of paintball. I would love to. The only problem with that is it would go on forever. The history of paintball itself, like, you wouldn't, if you kept it short enough, you wouldn't be able to do it any justice. And if you actually went into the nitty gritty of it, it'd be probably, what, a 4-hour podcast?
A 3-hour tour.
We could probably
do a shipwreck already.
I have a pretty good goggle collection, which we could probably go through in about.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you want
20 minutes.
There's lots of Volty goodness. That
your old segment, Joe, that I really wish you'd bring back. The Vault has
Are you calling him lazy?
lot of. I'm not calling him lazy. I'm calling him wonderful and talented and lovely person.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So that Vault segment was brilliant, and I really wish you'd if you could find the time to bring it back.
Huh. I might. Except that, you're warming my heart.
Did anybody hear someone's heart skip a beat in the studio? Sounded like it was coming from over there.
No, it was a great segment. It really was.
All right. Next question comes to us from the hobo enthusiast, Brian Barno, who wants to know, when did BTB start and what made you decide to make a show?
It's not more of when, but why.
Why did it start? Lack of things to do. We've told this story a couple times, but we'll keep it really short and sweet. Behind the Bunker originated from Joe and I had a local tournament called the Raiders Cup. We did it out of our indoor facility, and we put up we put up 4 cameras on the field, and then live streamed it. And this was back before people were really doing any sort of live streaming, and we live streamed it on like a Ustream site and embedded that on our Facebook not Facebook. It was almost prior to Facebook.
Yeah, it was almost prior to Facebook.
It was we put it on our website in our chat forums. That's what it was. It was our chat forum. Remember when we used to go to chat forums like PB Nation? Well, PB Nation still exists, but everyone had their own chat forum.
And Spec Ops.
Yeah.
And the Flag Raiders.
So we streamed it to that. And we had a lot of people that actually watched it. And it was just 4 cameras, so you could see all 4 quadrants. We thought, well, this is cool. And then Joe and I thought, well, you know what? What if we got a couple extra cameras? And what's wrong?
No, nothing. Sorry.
And then what if we got a couple extra cameras and actually maybe get a couple of microphones and did some live commentary?
Level your mics.
We got 2 turntables and a microphone, and that's how it started.
Yeah. So that's what we did. We put a couch up in our broadcast booth, and it was just that. Like, it was myself and Joe and a couple other local tournament guys that came up and sort of talked about it, and our views went up. And we thought, hey, this is kind of cool. So we already own the equipment. We bettered it by the last event. It was really cool. And this tournament series was great. We'd even had a live DJ who would as soon as the game was over, the flag was
DJ
hung.
Jazz Hands.
No, DJ Meredith.
Yeah, Jazz Hands.
Jazz hands.
It's
And then,
it's a little known fact that flag gutters used to be located in Aurora, where it's not just a place but a state of mind.
Yes. So that's it. So then we bettered it. We had all this equipment bought, and we did the last one. And then the equipment sat there, and Joe and I thought, you know what? What if we just do a show, a paintball show, and we market our local field and we talk about paintball? And we did. And, we had Wolf and Katchak, and we had a whole bunch of people that sent in segments, and we did this great...
I'd like you to listen to two people. We have Wolf and Katchak.
Well, I can say all the other people, but they don't exist anymore, so it
Chase
doesn't...
Traffic Morris does Behind the Bunker.
Monday night.
So we did that,
Need that song to come
and
back.
we realized that the first episode, a lot of our local guys watched because we posted on our chat forum, but then it got shared, and by the second episode, it wasn't our local guys. We were having people from all over the States, all over Europe that were watching, and they wanted more paintball. So we started developing the show, and it just, Reader's Digest, we just kind of grew and grew and grew. But we started with webcams and security cameras.
This is so dry, it needs to be a Wikipedia page.
It does. So maybe somebody can create a Wikipedia page and type that all out.
I'm going to do that
but,
right now and ignore the rest of you for the rest
But
of
that's it. What was to be a marketing thing for our field turned out to be a nonsense that we did every...
We've been doing 350
Do you remember
times.
that contingent of people we had that used to tune in from South Africa?
Probably because of Sky TV.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, we used to have it was a small group, like maybe 5 or 6 people, but 5 or 6
Still.
people from South Africa used to tune into this.
Remember that time when our numbers superseded Joe Rogan and we bumped him off of
right.
his live
Best
broadcast?
days of my life.
If I ever meet Joe Rogan, I'll walk up and go, I'm behind the bunker.
And he's going to go, you!
That one night.
That one night you guys beat us up.
Are you kidding? He's so high he wouldn't have known. No, never mind.
All right. So next question comes to us from the Instagram world, from Red Beard PB. Do you believe our sport, the absolute best sport, will continue to grow over the next decade and not fall off like it has in the past?
It never fell off.
And do you think we should have more community-like pages for all members of the sport so we can discuss any matters?
Of course.
So is paintball growing?
I don't know. Is the industry on an upswing? It peaked 2007, I believe, and then it has been in decline. Is it on an upturn yet or not?
I'm more optimistic about the industry and the sport of paintball now, like today, than I have been in a number of years. So I think it is on an uptick again, an upswing. So I think people are starting to reorganize and change their marketing approaches, and products are coming out. So I'm thinking in the industry things are doing well. So they're not just putting a little new color to a marker. So there's some innovative things coming out. So that leads me to believe that people have some faith in the industry that is going to continue to grow. And from numbers I'm seeing, it feels it's looking promising. So keep doing what you're doing, folks. Keep reaching for that rainbow.
I think the numbers are going up, and I think it's hard to see because, first of all, Paintball Extravaganza, I talked to those guys, and they're feeling that everybody is in a positive upswing this year. So I feel that it is. I also think that because of the upswing of the industry, you're not really seeing it because the groups are growing, but we've also accepted we're now doing MagFed groups, and there's all small different pockets of genres that are growing exponentially, especially the MagFed group right now. And you don't see that as a general population. You sort of see them pocketed because that's kind of how they're perceiving each other. But
They're actually called mag pouches, not pocketed.
Yes. So whatever. So I think that you're going to see more. I think our numbers are growing. I'm feeling positive.
Well, on Saturday we ran low impact group. Several low impact groups, or half splat as we call it. We ran Nerf birthday parties outside. We had speedball going on. We had an airsoft group, and then we had recreational paintball as well as walk-ons. And there were some guys playing MagFit as well. So we had pretty much every type of action sport, if you will, going on simultaneously.
Yeah, for sure. Glenn in the chat says MagFed seems to bring a lot of purchasing power lately as people are switching and trying it out as it's low cost per day and play once you have the gear. I find that some of the MagFed stuff is actually, by the time you buy your mags and your gun, you're not saving initially, but I guess in the paint down the road you are. But the genre is certainly growing anyways.
Lisa Weber points out lots more women playing it. It's true, and I've seen
I would
lots
agree with
lots
that.
more women are coming out, and they're doing stuff together as couples. So it's not just guys coming out to play paintball. It's lots of couples and even families. We had 2 weekends ago. We had 3 generations: a mother, a daughter, and a grandmother. Last weekend we had 4 generations.
4 generations.
Four generations playing paintball. We had a great grandmother, a grandmother like my age, then her daughter and a kid. There's 4 generations of people that came out to try paintball. It was pretty spectacular.
Not
That's
just
exciting.
not just smile or not just playing, but actually smiling and enjoying the sport. So I thought that was so encouraging. Wonderful. Warm the cockles of my heart.
Can I ruin this perfect moment
Sure.
by saying that Brent Davis hangs out with a lot of girls that plays paintball
Awesome.
In yoga pants, too.
in yoga? Indeed.
The Arab angles.
Yes, the angles.
Brent has,
Actually, the angel backward is Legna.
now, Brent has gotten back to me, and he and I are in development right now, and Sarah Engler is helping us on this, but they want a pair of our Behind the Bunker jeggings for all of their team members playing on the Arab Angels. So,
Hey,
we're
that's
working
great.
on it.
You know what would be
We're working
great
on it.
if they did their workout videos and stuff, and on the bum of all their workout shorts was Behind the Bunker.
Why are you gonna go there?
Oh, I get in so much trouble.
That's great marketing, actually.
All right. So Nordic PB from the Instagram world wants to know, how do you think that teens could convince their parents to let them buy a paintball marker?
Don't tell them.
Blackmail.
Yeah, that's great. Parents are listening to this now, and
You know what?
sending
it's-
little Timmy to roller skating.
See, it's hard because you said when you were a youngster you could not buy a paintball marker or play paintball until you turned 18, and then you did it on your own.
Yeah.
My parents, because I showed an interest, would have gotten it for me. So, like, we're on either end of the
Okay,
spectrum.
but-
I don't know. Like,
I think it's.
I'm not good
I
at
think it's
answering.
a matter of having a conversation with your parents. I don't think it's as hard now as it was when I first started playing. Yes, thank you, Viagra. Very simply because there was certainly not a lot of exposure to the sport. You can go to a big box store, a surplus store, any mom and pop brick and mortar store, and usually find some sort of paintball equipment. When I was a youngster starting out in the game, you had to go to a specialty store. There's only like 3 in Ontario, I think, at the time, right?
1988.
So like an hour drive between them, right? So it was harder, less accessible. And so as much as I'm not a big fan of the big box stores, it certainly added some exposure and legitimacy to the sport, making it seem a little bit more family friendly. So I think it's easier now to convince your parents about getting equipment than it was when I started.
I think
But
so.
it has to come down to your disposition and your behavior and your responsibility. Are you able to handle sporting equipment? How much supervision do you need, Timmy? Do you need to be bubble wrapped the whole time? Are you in your room on timeouts on a daily basis? You know what? Think about your behavior, and you can sort of sell who you are in terms of your responsibility, if you can handle it or not.
Yeah.
You know, it's a great opportunity too to, as a parent, teach your kid about responsibility. You know, once upon a time it used to be BB guns, right? Oh, you'll put your eye out with that, little Timmy, right? To have a paintball gun, to be able to say to your son or daughter, like, listen, this is a big responsibility. I need to see you go through some safety. I want you to read the manual. Maybe even say, like, you know what? I want you to write me a piece of paper that just says why you think you deserve a paintball marker, or show me that you can.
Sorry, I was laughing at we're referencing Timmy, and Timmy responded, "Hey, I don't need
Tim
bubble
Hanley.
wrap."
Well, Tim Hanley's dad probably did it for him too. So
Little
it's, you know,
Timmy, yeah.
yeah. So to be able to say to your kid, like, listen, that's a big responsibility. This is, and take that teachable moment. Or if you're a kid and you're trying to convince your parents to play, like, show them some videos online, not of giant welts. That's just stupid things people do. Put it up there and show how safe it is. Like, paintball is one of the safest sports you can play. That's easy to put out there.
I think one of the best tips is to bring them to a commercial field to see what the safety is, see what the culture is, talk to people who have experience, and get the ins and outs and all the questions addressed there. And
Listen
then
to the
parents-
safety briefing.
Listen to safety briefing so you know what you're getting your kid into. So
Keep them away from Gavin, though.
I will only kick hoppers off while they're playing after they purchase their equipment.
Gavin
Okay.
does our safety briefing. You can't tell
I know. So how does that work?
You know, Paul Ballard has a good twist. He says, get them out of the house and off the Xbox. But you as a child could use that as a bargaining chip to your
out of the house.
to your parents. Say, listen,
Parents
like,
will throw money at you.
it would give me some physical activity. It would give me a reason to get out and get some exercise.
Yeah, but you know what? We see all these dads that are in their late 30s, early 40s, and they're dropping their kids off to play paintball, and they're sitting at the picnic table on their smartphone. Get out there. We tell them all day long, this is something you can actually do with your kid. Well, I never thought of that.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a spectator with your child. This is one of these great activities you can play alongside, shoulder to shoulder. Or if little Timmy bubble wrap child is really bothering you, you can play against and get some frustration out.
Don't touch little Timmy on his shoulder. Isn't that what got you into the trouble?
That's pretty safe. It's the other areas that'll get you
Wow.
into trouble. But thank you for taking us there, Todd.
adult derailing the show.
Wow.
In a really dark way.
Yeah. But you know what? As Matty Frost says, it's exercise and
nothing.
social interaction. It would help instill some self-confidence.
Communication skills, camaraderie,
These are
sportsmanship.
these are
And
great.
it might humble your little shit.
Yes.
Yeah, you can shoot your kid up.
Yes.
Parker, look at the flowers.
Nothing's greater than a kid showing up at the beginning of the day going, I'm gonna cod map this and I'm gonna teabag people, and then at the end of the day you just look at him and he's like dead on the picnic bench. He's like, hey, dude, your dad's here to pick you up. Eat
Yeah.
it.
What's that banging?
Yeah.
I have no idea
Huh.
what that banging is.
All right.
Sorry, I'm reading through the comments here. Kathy in the chat says stranger danger.
That's right.
Wolf in the chat says, actually, I bubble wrap my kids. That's why I bring them to Paint Fest. Yeah, good call.
It's true.
For sure.
Well, I watched a kid play at the front almost the entire day. He was not wearing bubble wrap. Like he was wearing dye camo, wasn't
He was wearing bubble wrap underneath his camouflage.
Oh, okay.
He was wearing a matching cod piece.
Word up. Always back to Cameo.
Oh, why are you racist? Cameo's my favorite artist.
All right.
The only person that laughed with that is actually Wolf, unfortunately.
All right. You know what? I'm going
I
to
actually didn't get it.
I'm going to cinch up the sack for this week as it's gone on a little long. But thank you so much for your contributions. And if you have any questions that you'd like us to address and ramble on about on a show
On a
after we've got a big
professional
game,
basis.
send it to showbehindthebunker.com. Send it on to post a comment in the Instagrams, Twitter world, or post below in the Facebook chat, and we will get to it on mail time.
And if you're wondering what Wolf looks like, on the screen I posted up his last post. There's his avatar. He's looking pretty
Is that
fit.
Sean?
In that, no, that's Wolf. That's
Oh.
his avatar. He's looking pretty fit. All right, so we got through mail time. Is there stuff for next week there? Should I?
Yeah,
Okay,
so
we'll
I'm
send
going
it
to hold
back.
off until that.
So, just a reminder, guys, Dan, Kyle Hickey, and Pamela are the winners of tonight's contest, and all they did was like and share, and they got these 3 nonsensical patches.
Yay.
And they'll be sent in the mail to them. And these were donated to us by mypaintballpatches.com. And if you'd like some of those, go over there and put BTB 2017 and create your own patches. Get your own team, your patches, so that you guys can do your own representing. What else do we have? We have time for we got a few more minutes. MagFed, Joe, I don't think we have time for that. You want to leave it for next
We
week?
can leave it for next week.
We have lots of great MagFed stuff. I don't want to go through that.
Why not touch on the topic?
We should touch on the topic.
Thanks, Matt.
We could touch a topic or two.
So I gave you guys some sheets. So the topic tonight is what is something that's amusing that you heard a newbie say at the paintball field? And let's face it, we've all been there. We've all heard something stupid where we've kind of did a double take. And a lot of you guys put it up in Facebook. And Seb, you got sheets. Joe, you guys all have your sheets. If you guys find anything clever, put it up. If we're also watching you guys in the live Facebook chat. Sorry, took me a second there.
all
Live
right.
Facebook pack. So if you have anything, put them up there.
Best one on my sheet so far is Can My Sister Play?
She sure can.
Ben Albert said this needed a picture for the next explanation. He's got his couple spiders. It looks like they're turned into M14 carbines and a TIPX, and it said, "Dude, those look real. Are those real guns?" So obviously a renter or a new player said, "Hey, are those real guns at the paintball field?" Nice.
Dan McClellan says, "Do I have to wear a mask?"
Terry McLennan, can I shoot the cars on the highway? My reply, yes, you can, but you may not.
Mitch Rutherford. One time I heard a newbie saying, "My balls aren't coming out when I want to shoot people." I looked at the gun, and he had no paint in his loader.
Here's a great one that Joe and I hear all the time. But the other fields let me do it, says Timmy Hanley.
Yes.
I should say little Timmy Hanley.
Little Timmy Hanley.
Lil
Little Tim Tim.
Tom Burns says, I need more bullets.
Okay, sorry to interrupt. This is the best. Dan McClellan, it's my first time playing. Can you sponsor me? That you hear at the Speedball Cage
true.
every weekend.
Always.
Yeah.
And not just from me.
CJ Miranda, while looking at my Apex barrel, whoa, she's got a bazooka. Is that like a machine gun?
Hey, it's nice to hear from CJ Miranda.
We haven't heard
CJ
from her in a
Miranda
while.
was a long-time viewer a long time ago, and then she kind of left because she didn't like Zuby as the new correspondent on the show, but now she's back. So
Nice. Christian and Eva,
Sean 2.0 is still here.
Kristen and Eva, my gun is full auto. My dad spent a lot for it.
yeah.
Lisa Weber says, walks up to the Team Tags booth and asks, is this where you get the duct tape?
Oh,
And Eric responds with the water boy, his mom, and says, it's the devil.
Wolf says, newbie asks, can I climb trees? If you play with Greg Hastings, you can.
Brian Foster, I'm going to stay in the back.
Jason Rangel, when one rental player hears another rental player's marker go brrrr, as if it's starving for air, no fair, I want full auto.
Yes, every day, several times in the morning you hear that.
Oh, did you guys hear that guy's gun?
You know,
Or,
I'm looking at my sheet here, and something pretty funny, even funnier than actually people's answer here. And I'm glad you went to my camera. Let me put this in front of my face here. Most of these comments here, half of them Zuby commented on just to piss them off.
Did I really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Like, Matt Davis, it didn't break, so you said, check it, friend. Then Matt Davis, how about it? And I can't say that on there. But hey, that was good.
Tom Bertrand writes in and says, someone told me, hey, Tom, you should listen to this amazing podcast called Behind the Bunker. Tom says, I ended up wanting to hurt him.
Grant Lyman says,
Really?
man, I have so many hours in COD, no one here stands a chance.
Can I use my cell phone while playing? Yes, you can.
Only if Simon's calling you. Jason Todd Howland, how much does a $20 bag of paint cost? How many balls are in a 500 bag?
Yeah.
Can I use paint from Walmart? It's the same color the field uses.
Yeah. Tom Bertrand, let's watch a good Behind the Bunker.
Said no one ever.
Yeah, no shit.
Matt writes in, I need more bullets. Like, dude, calm down. This is paintball. We shoot paintballs. Go to the gun range and find bullets.
Jesus.
Does it hurt when you get hit by Jimmy?
Behind the Bunker says, post up here and we may read it on the show.
Selena Couchman, what do the coveralls cover?
I saw that one. I thought that was pretty good.
That's great.
Bryce writes in and says, I'm gonna be a sniper. No, you ain't.
Wow, not that we get. Yeah.
Rob Barnett says, newbie says, I'm as good as any sponsored player out at the field today.
Christian Craig says, they're peppering me.
Nice.
I love that.
Steven Slater in the chat, is it okay to pee in the field?
Is it?
We used to have a friend that come up to the field that did more than pee on the field.
Let's
But
not
at least
go
he
there.
was nice enough to take a paintball box, cut a hole in the top of it so that he could sit down. Whatever. Good for him.
This one rental guy was bragging to his buddies about how he's going to play so much better than everyone else because his rental mask was the JT Flex 8.
Hey, you know what?
That's nice.
Yeah. Aaron Blanky says, what's this button do? I don't know.
Nobody knows.
Yeah. I still think my favorite one is that comment about the gun, the rental gun cycling quickly because it's out of air and it's that brrr, and the guy goes, "Oh, I want that one. Give that one to me."
That's full auto, man.
Yeah. Never gets old when you hear that at the rental line.
No, but I do want to give it to him, though.
So Matthew is doing this, which indicates that we are running low on time.
Or he
and
has
time
to-
is what
You're
he's
not
indicating
kidding.
right there.
Garbage night.
Or he has to poo.
Garbage night.
Yeah.
I have a calcium deficiency.
I'm turning
right.
to the pumpkin.
Very good. So we didn't get to half the stuff we wanted to. We have some MagFed stuff we wanted to get to. We had got to some prices right. We didn't get to anything. So hopefully you guys weren't waiting on that. Hopefully that those of you guys that listen to the podcast, and there's tons of you guys that do. So we try to make this super non-visual for you guys, so at least you guys can enjoy it. So hopefully this is something that for the visual guys you got through and it was okay. Sorry about some of the long-winded questions or answers to some of the questions that we got to tonight, but I think we did okay. And we are a little bit tired and sunburnt because of yesterday's
Debacle. No,
Debacle.
it was actually a great game. It was just hot. It was like 35 degrees Celsius and the humidity was high. It was hot.
But we do have to do
Humidity
something.
was in the high 80s, I think.
So in Celsius, it was 33 degrees, 1 degree off from setting a record.
Jeez. And then Seb, we have something else we want to do
I thought
tonight,
for
don't
sure it was a record.
We do.
What is that?
We're bringing back the Mike Award,
Hey, what?
You mean the Macaphone Award?
the microphone award.
Michael.
And my lady friend sent me a private message. And thanks for the ding.
Is that what she said?
Yeah, that's exactly what she said. So, the Mike Award goes to Todd.
Nice.
Hey, there we go.
Very good. You might have to huck it over.
Don't break the microphone award.
I would like to thank the Academy for this.
All right, play the music.
So thank you guys very much for listening, and if you guys have any events that are coming up, let us know, because we are sort of getting to the end of
You just lost the award now.
we're starting to get to the end of the season, and a lot of your events are ending, but we still have lots of great stuff. I know Flaggers has a couple of great events before the end of the season, and we're still talking Christmas big games and stuff like that. So guys, send your posters in. We'll show them on the air. Send us in your pictures of your custom gear, your MagFed stuff, anything that you want to show off, and if we can get on there, we will. We're also looking for a team to feature. If you guys are on a team, or even if you think you're on a team, send us in your team information, and we'll get you. We might get you on the show. As Josh, damn, what did you do?
Flying poo in this too.
Literally.
Is there monkeys in here?
I got the poo award for this evening.
He was the worst.
Yeah.
Oh well. So thank you, Josh, for being on the show. We see you got your thing there now.
Yes,
Is
thank
that
you.
corn?
And
It's a Hershey's
Oh,
Kiss.
it's a fly. Oh.
it's blind.
There's a niblet.
I'm gonna bring a cord in next week and glue it onto this side, and a half-chewed peanut.
Jesus.
It's space peanut. Don't forget, folks, to have your local airsofters spayed or neutered.
Good. Joe Kimson from Flaggers Paintball. Thank you for being on the show.
Thanks very much for having me. See everyone next week. Pew pew.
And Gavin the Sharma, who's no longer on Facebook.
Now, by my own doing, so I have no
Yeah,
idea
buddy.
why I've been disabled, but as soon as I'm back in the Facebook realm, I will wish you all a belated birthday, because I don't know anymore.
In the meantime, follow him on the Instagram at
Paintball
PaintballerZ.
Z.
And that's spelled with an 8.
P8NT.
Very good.
BAL.
Did you get any new followers this week? Because I did share your post and I left your tag in there, so I wonder if anybody...
No,
Nah,
not at all.
nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
I'm pretty sure I follow you on Instagram. Right?
Sebastian Monnier,
Yes, sir.
what is your middle name?
Xavier.
Yeah, well,
Xavier.
yeah.
Xavier?
Yeah.
Sebastian
I was
Javier
trying to keep it
Monnier?
out the air because I get way too many friends requests all the time on Facebook. So thanks for
I love how he pluralized it. I get too many friends
on
requests.
the internet, on the Facebook.
You know what? There's one way to solve that problem. You can randomly get disabled from Facebook, and you don't have
Take
to worry
over
about
Well,
Gavin's Facebook.
I already have 5,000 followers, so I can't get more friends on the Facebooks.
Yeah. And thank you to Matt the Crip for pushing buttons tonight.
You're welcome, and
For
I'm
president.
very excited for the next OPL event.
Yes,
yeah, that's right.
That's happening in just a couple of weeks, 3 more weeks, and then we're back live
Me
doing
too.
doing some stuff. So fantastic, guys! Thank you very much for watching. Thank you to all the podcast listeners. We see you guys out there downloading every week. Thank you very much. This is a two-way street. You know, send us an email, send us a message, let us know you're watching. Send us in your questions. Thanks, guys, for listening. We'll see you next week.